A child with a moral compass is the scapegoat, black sheep, for toxic families. In most toxic families situations, the scapegoat carries the sins of their own family, which typically have many members in the family who are unhealthy, toxic, and dysfunctional. For instance, dad is an alcoholic, sex addict, aggressor, prideful, while mom is his enabler. Or mom is angry, controlling, belittling, prideful, demanding, and dad is her enabler. The family is expected to deny the truth of their parents' dysfunction and hide it from the public, keep their dirty laundry buried in the backyard. So, what the toxic family members will do is to label one of their children the problem child and blame everything that is wrong with their family on that child. This scapegoated child can do no right in their eyes. The scapegoated child typically has a moral compass and is a truth teller that won't just look the other way and ignore the sin, but have a very good heart and be honest, integrity. The parent who is most demanding will usually make another child the golden child, or the hero of the family who can do no wrong, who will look the other way with their toxic parents' lives. Since children will sacrifice themselves for their parents, both children will mold themselves to meet the toxic parents' needs. The child that is the scapegoat will work tirelessly to try to earn the love of their demanding parents, but never achieve anything but blame and shame. The scapegoat will often struggle to make sense of their overly harsh and unfair treatment and then just agree to become the suggested role of the troublemaker, which leads to a struggle oftentimes with a lifestyle that could lead them to drinking, partying, sex, drugs, and so forth. Then the toxic demanding parents will hold up the golden child to show what wonderful parents that they are, and that the family is a good, well-functioning family unit, when it's anything but. They point at the scapegoat as being the source of any trouble in the family to distract outsiders from the fact that one of the parents or both are the real problem. So, just who is the most likely to be the scapegoat in the family? It's the truth teller. If there is a child who actually speaks up for themselves and labels the problem as being the truth of what and who it is, then they're likely to be the scapegoat. The child who pipes up and says, "Dad isn't sick, he's drunk," or "Dad is not faithful, looks at pornography and cheats on mom," or "Mom is not a real, true, godly woman like she portrays at church because she yells and screams at home and is mean," and they will tend to be scapegoated in an attempt to discount what they are saying. The strongest spiritually or mentally, the scapegoat is ostracized by the family and stated that they just can't get along with anyone, just as the biblical scapegoat in Leviticus chapter 16 verses 6 through 10 was driven out into the desert with the sins placed on them. They also have to carry the sins of their entire family. This takes strength. The scapegoat typically goes through life alone, does not receive any healthy support from their family. If they remain in the dysfunctional family of origin, they will typically continue to be scapegoated. So it's a very lonely life. Now, the most loving with a heart of mercy is that scapegoat. The scapegoated child sacrifices themselves for the family. This takes an enormous amount of compassion and strength, as they are blamed for everything that goes wrong. Any child who varies from the family's defined norms. This is a family who is trying to appear perfect on the outside, as image is everything, while the truth is that one of the parents, or both, are the actual issue. So Jesus says in Matthew chapter 10, verses 34 through 39, "Do not think that I came to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's enemies will be those of his own household. He who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he who does not take up his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He who finds his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it." So understand that the ultimate scapegoat was Jesus Christ. He took all of our sins upon him. He died on the cross, and one of his last words that he stated was, "Father, forgive them. They know not what they do." So do not allow yourself to be brainwashed into thinking that you are the bad one in your family or church or the workforce when you are bold and you stand up for the truth and righteousness and you call them out for the lies, the evil, and the sin that they're in. Yes, you're going to be persecuted because Jesus was also persecuted, as well as his disciples and everyone else who did what God called them to do. Do not bow down to the demons and other people. Do what God tells you to do, and he's going to be proud of you, and you'll receive a great reward from the Lord. So I have a book that the Lord had me write called Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons, and it's helping thousands of people to get healed of those hurts and wounds from their family and be delivered from any demonic strongholds so they can walk in the fruit of the Spirit. That book's available on Amazon in paperback, Kindle, and Audible, also in Spanish. It's called Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons. You can also request a personal session of healing and deliverance with me. If you're interested in that, go out to our website, restored2tofreedom.com. Click on Contact Me and submit the form, or you can call 317-459-7091. Thanks.